friends, today's topic is identification of active voice and passive voice in the sentences. Hopefully you will enjoy the video, and if you enjoy it, please press the like button and subscribe my channel and share the video also. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Once again today another topic, active voice and passive voice. This is a vast topic to explain, so because of this today I have chosen only the identification of active voice and passive voice. Most of us, whenever we have sentences in front of us, are very much unsure about the voice, which voice, active voice or passive voice, in which voice the sentences have been written. So today we will be very much understanding what the voices are, active voice or passive voice in the sentences. Look at the first sentence, everybody knows me well. Before we go through all these sentences, first look at the syntax of the voices. Syntax means the rules or the structure of the sentences. First one I have written active voice syntax. First we will be having subject, then we will be having verb, and last we will be having object. So we have to follow this pattern, SVO, subject verb object. Whenever in a sentence we will find this particular pattern, subject verb object, we will call it active voice. And whenever we will find in the sentences this pattern, object verb and agent. What is agent? Agent means subject will be there, but before this you will find to or by. Most of the sentences you will find subject takes by for agent. Only in some cases you will find to is there before subject for agent. So in active voice subject verb object, and in passive voice object verb agent. Now in the first example, look here, everybody knows me well. So where is the verb in the sentence? Knows. K-N-O-W-S, knows. Now who knows? Everybody knows. Everybody is subject. Now whom does everybody know? Everybody knows me. So we have got subject, we have got verb, and we have got object. So subject verb object pattern means in which voice it is written? It is written in active voice. Now if we go to the next example, the man was followed by her. Over here, where is the verb was followed? Where is the verb was followed? Now who followed? Not the man. The man was followed by her. So she followed. Now over here we can see the subject is present at the end of the sentence, taking the preposition by. As I have told you, whenever subject will be put beside that preposition by or to, we will call it agent. So after verb we can see agent. And whom did she follow? She followed the man. So man will be object, and it is written at first. So object, verb and agent. So this pattern is followed by passive voice. So we will call this passive voice. If we come to the next example, the actor is known to them. Where is the verb in the sentence? Is known. Now who knows or who know? They know. So over here they is subject, and look at the subject. Before the subject I have written to, and I told you in some cases agent takes to before the subject. So over here you can see verb present, and after it agent, and before the agent object is present. Because if you ask, they know the actor, so whom do they know? They know the actor. So actor is object over here. So object, verb and agent, we will call it, the sentence is written in passive voice. Now the fourth example, they are flying kites. Now first task to identify the verb in the sentence. Where is the verb? Are flying. Now who are flying? They are flying. So they is subject over here. And what are they flying? They are flying kites. So kites will be object. Now are flying is verb, they is subject and kites is verb. So subject, verb, object. So what voice will call it? We'll call it, the sentence is written in active voice. And look at the last example over here. The thief was caught at last. Now over here verb was caught. If I ask you that who caught? No answer, because the subject is not written over here. It is implied. But if I ask, suppose someone caught. If I ask whom did someone catch? Answer will be someone caught the thief. So thief over here is not an subject, it's an object. Object and over here verb, but there is no subject present in the sentence. But still we will call it is written in passive voice, because object is present at first and after that verb. Subject is implied. So one thing we must know, in passive voice two things will be present and it is mandatory. What are these two things? First thing is presence of be verb. Now we know the list of be verb. Am, is, are in present tense, was, were in past tense, shall be and will be in future tense. Now over here, whenever you will find passive voice, obviously be verb will be present and third form of the main verb will be obviously there. So two things will be there in passive voice. But in active voice, you can find any one of these two, but you can never find both the verbs are present, be verb and the third form of the main verb in the sentence in active voice. But in passive voice, both will be there. Now check once. I have told the second sentence written in passive voice. Now look over here, first verb was. We know that was is a form of be verb. And look over here, followed. Followed is the third form of follow. So was and followed, be verb and third form of the main verb present over here. So this is a trick to identify the voice. Whenever you will find in the verb, be verb and third form of the verb is present, so obviously, undoubtedly, we can call it the sentence has been written in passive voice. Now look at the third example. I had told you this example is also written in passive voice. Now check the verbs. Is obviously the example of be verb, and known is the third form of the verb know. So be verb is present, third form of verb is present, so we can easily call that this is an example of passive voice. And the last example where subject was implied, it was not there in the sentence, was another be verb present, and caught, third form of catch is caught. So be verb and third form is present, so easily we can call it the sentence has been written in passive voice. But look at the first and fourth example where the sentences have been written in active voice. Check once whether presence of be verb and third form of main verb is there or not. Now everybody knows me well. Knows is the only verb present and that is the main verb. So first thing, be verb is not present. Second thing, third form of the main verb is also not there. So we can never call it the sentence has been written in passive voice. We can say the sentence is written in active voice. And look at the fourth example. You can say that are is present, be verb is present, but check both are not present. Third form is not present. Ing with the verb is present. So because of this, it can be a little bit confusing, because look at the second and third example. Both the sentences, in both the sentences, be verbs are present, but only difference, after be verb in the third sentence, third form of the main verb is present, and after be verb, ing of the main verb is present in the fourth example. Because of this, we will call the third example as the passive voice and the fourth example as the active voice. Now with this, we will come to the end of this topic, identification of active and passive voice. It's very easy. Only look at the sentence. Two steps are there, two ways are there to identify. Way number one, first way, if you don't want to go to the verb form in details, check first whether subject has been written at first and followed by verb and then object, then obviously it is an example of active voice. And if object is present at first after that verb and then subject with verb or to, which will be called agent, is there, then we'll call it is written in passive voice. Or second way, very easier way, only looking at the verb we can say whether the voice is active or passive. Whenever you will find that no be verb and the third form together present in the verb form, we will call it as the active voice. Just nose and are flying are the examples. And whenever you will find be verb and the third form of the main verb is present, we will call it the sentences have been written in passive voice. So hopefully you have understood